I don't know what's wrong with me. I've had this figure for a long time, and I just haven't shown it off. This is the SH Figuarts Iron Man 3 Tony Stark figure. Not only that, this is the first release version, so it's going to come with the Tony's powered stage. It's not really powered, it's just a platform. But nevertheless, it is very cool. Taking a look at the back of the package, this is kind of a little bit heavy for just a little figure. We see the stage, we see Tony moving around, we see the detail in the sculpt, and we see some of the parts that you can actually put on him. But we're going to see that anyways. So let's go ahead and open the package up and take a look inside. Now, opening up this package, it's easy to see where a lot of that heft I was feeling comes from, and it's just from the stage itself. Comes in its own little clamshell right behind the figure, and I've never really put this thing together. It's going to take some time, obviously, but yeah, this is my first time putting it together. God, that is a lot of noise. This is my first time putting it together, so bear with me. It is really easy to put this together, actually. Just simple pegs and holes and just lining everything up. And then you just go ahead and put the main centerpiece on. I think I have it on correctly. So this is it. This is the stage, and yeah, like expected, it's not really powered. It's just all plastic. But I'm pretty sure you could probably mold or mod it. Cut out this white plastic here, put some clear, translucent, maybe frosted plastic there, and then put some LEDs. In any case, it's still pretty cool to have this special stage for the figure, in which case, now I guess it's time to place it on top of. And so here he is, Tony Stark in SH Figuarts form. Very cool to finally have this, and I have to say the paint, let's move this stage back a little bit. The paint and the sculpt on this figure is actually really good. I'm not too much of a fan of SH Figuarts doing actual faces of actors and stuff in their sculpts, but no, this one's really good. In fact, yeah, really spot on. The paint job looks amazing as well. I've never had an actual human, I guess, SH Figuarts quite like this. Usually it's like a Star Wars or an Iron Man figure, but no, this one's just plain. It's Iron Man, but it's just plain Iron Man. It's Tony Stark Iron Man. So yeah, very cool. Let's show off articulation. I guess we'll just go on from here. You do get a... no, what should we start with? Oh, this is really weird. Okay. Let me put it down. Yes, putting him down. Stands up nice and straight. Okay, let's do this right. Let's show accessories and then go on to articulation. This figure is supposed to be reenacting, I think, one of the first scenes in Iron Man 3. Where he's trying on the Mark 42 for the first time in his studio, or in his workshop, sorry. So he comes with his hands that he's motioning the Mark 42 armor to come towards him. He does come with some fist holding hands, or some item fist holding hands, some clenched hands or whatever. And then he does have some Mark 42 booties, some Mark 42 gauntlets and closed fists, and then some Mark 42 hands, which I'm kind of sad they don't have any repulsor palm paint in the middle, but that's okay. And yeah, these move. So, but the paint job is actually not too bad. I like it. It actually makes me want to maybe think about buying the Mark 42 SH Figuarts. So that's not a good bend. I don't like that. But yeah, you're supposed to swap out the arms and the legs out for, you know, these pieces, and act like, you know, the armor is attaching to the figure. So let's go ahead and kind of sort of play with that. First things first, let's try the hands. Hand swapping should be pretty easy. Oh God, don't break, please. Ooh. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's a small peg though. Oof, I'm really not feeling too confident in that. Oh, hey, there it goes. So what's up? You can give a little salute. How's it going? There he is. Let's try just swapping out the fist here. Ooh, God, that scares me. Let's try swapping out for a hand that has a little bit more armor on it. Oh, that scares me. I feel like it's gonna break. Let me look a little closer. Yeah, there are some stress marks on the hand. Oh, that sucks. That's really upsetting. That's really upsetting, but yeah, does look cool with it. So safe to say I'm not going to be swapping out the hands a lot. I'm pretty much just gonna leave them as they are and never touch them again. Let's see, now to swap out the legs, I know you gotta pull on them a little bit. Woo! Yeah, it's pulling on them. God, these are really tight. And then you go ahead and grab a leg and then you insert it like so. So there's a hole. Oh, oh, no. Oh, God, I'm so scared. Let me do this off camera. Okay, so after taking a closer look at how these pegs look and how they pop off and everything, there's really nothing to be too afraid of. It's really easy if you just don't twist and pull and bend some crazy direction. Let me turn the camera a little bit more. Yeah. Now let's go ahead. We already got the leg on. Let's try an arm along with the forearm there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, got to push it in a little bit more. There we go. Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Wow. Not too bad. Okay. So there he is. Now, I think we can go into articulation from here on in, and then we'll go on to something cooler. Articulation is fairly simple. It's what you would see in any SH Figuarts, except it's not hindered by any sort of armor or clothing or anything like that. Starting from the head, you get a ball joint connecting to the head, to the neck, and then a ball joint connecting to the neck, to the torso. So yeah, we get some nice rotation there, and you can do a full 360 turn. You're gonna probably have the neck fall out of alignment with the head, so do place that back, otherwise it's gonna look weird. Going on to the shoulders, you do get full 360 rotation and a nice paint job, by the way, on his shirt. You can move the shoulders forward and move them back into place. You can't really move them folding back. It's really weird. Anyways, you don't get any rotation at the bicep, but you get a nice bend at the elbows, about that much. And then the hands are, of course, as you've seen, ball jointed, can move 360, move around and such. So not too bad. Same thing goes for when you put the armored gauntlets on. 360 rotation in the hands, a little bit of movement in the armor there. So yeah, pretty basic. Going on to the torso or the diaphragm or whatever you want to call it, it's kind of like a rubbery material. At least that's what it feels like. Oh, the pants are. But you do get a bend in the chest, moving forward about that much. And you can also bend his neck forward too. Bend back about that much, and so on and so forth. You do get some ball joint action in the torso, connecting to the lower portion of his body. And it's kind of easy to have the pants get untucked, or no, have the shirt it's easy for the shirt to tuck into the pants. There, I said it. Ha. Okay. The legs don't want to really kick up, and I'm not going to try to attempt it, but it seems like they can. It's just I don't want to push it and maybe break this thing. Moving on to the knees, you do get a nice double bend in that, and it goes about that much. And then, of course, with the boots and the gauntlets, they're one and the same. They work just, actually, I'd say you get more articulation in the armored boots than you do in the regular shoes that he's wearing. So you do get nice rotation like so, and then for some reason you get that much of a toe bend, and then goes up about that high. And then for this guy, his shoes bend up about that high, and they don't really go down. But that's some nice sculpting in those shoelaces right there. So yeah, that's Tony Stark. Now something that's really cool is that you can actually replace the Tony Stark head and place it onto an Iron Man body, or sorry, like a Mark 46 or something like that. So yeah, let's try popping this head off and putting it onto an armored Iron Man and see how that looks. Well, I tried to swap heads with the Mark 46, the only Iron Man armored figure I have out right now, and yeah, ball joints do not want to fit. So that is really, really disappointing. I really wish that could have been a feature on the figure. But that's okay, it's still a cool figure. Let's go ahead and go into final thoughts. After it's all said and done, this figure is still pretty cool, even though you can't head swap with any other Iron Man figures. That being said, my final thoughts on this figure. I'm all about bang for the bucks, and unfortunately you don't get a lot with this figure unless you're happy with just a simple stage or you know, the amount of accessories you saw with this Tony Stark figure. If this was an everyday figure and if I got it in the US for about 40 bucks, I'd be happy. That being said, I of course got this off of Ami and it was around 50. So yeah, I just didn't want to pay. I paid 50 bucks for this figure. That's the sad part. And then that's not taking into consideration shipping as well. So more along the lines of 60 altogether. That being said, this figure is still pretty cool. The sculpt on the figure is amazing. It definitely looks like Robert Downey Jr. So that's a big plus because I sometimes see SH Figuarts and Mafex head to head, and sometimes I tend to think Mafex has the better sculpts, but that's not all the time. Usually it is SH Figuarts. That being said though, if you're a Tony Stark fan, if you're an Iron Man fan, definitely get this. And in fact, if you're a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, also such a great find. Definitely pick it up. It was sold out for quite a long time on Ami, and it just recently popped up for the first edition with the stage and everything. So that was a huge plus. I definitely recommend just getting the one with the stage. It is pretty cool, and it's a nice little platform. You can put the Iron Man armor in the middle, and then with the Hall of Armor display bases coming out, you can put armor along the sides and, you know, just have that as a really cool display. So anyways, thanks you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it took a long time for this figure to be checked out, but I've been purchasing a lot and, you know, having a lot to do in life. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Later.